So, um, I'm looking at a spec sheet for a single HDMI cable, the Kramer CLS-AOCH 6066, and I just can't get past the price.
I can
We're
imagine.
talking nearly $370, and that's the discounted price.
Yeah, it's definitely not the cable you grab in the checkout aisle.
Clearly. But if I'm building a high-end setup, why this? I mean, what justifies spending that much on, a wire?
Well, the short answer is physics. You're looking at a cable that's 20 meters long.
66 feet.
Exactly. And if you try to push a full 4K signal that far over standard copper, you're going to hit a wall. Literally, the signal just stops.
So it's the distance that's the real problem here.
It's the distance combined with the sheer amount of data. This cable is rated for 18 gigabits per second. That is a massive data rate.
And you need that for 4K at 60 frames per second with 4.4.4 color.
Right, and let's pause on that 4.4.4 for a second.
Please do.
It makes a huge difference. It means there's no color compression. If you're using a PC monitor for, say, detailed text or CAD drawings, 4.4.4 keeps everything perfectly crisp.
And without it.
On a lesser cable, especially over that distance, fine text can look blurry, almost like it has a colored fringe.
Okay, so we need a massive pipe for the data. Why does copper fail at 66 feet?
It's called attenuation. Copper has resistance. Over that distance, the high-speed signal basically just runs out of steam. You get sparkles, dropouts, or nothing. A black screen.
Which is where this cable comes in. It's called an active optical cable.
Exactly. It's a hybrid.
Meaning it's using fiber optics.
Right. It uses a tiny bit of power from the HDMI port itself, that's the active part, to power chips in the connector.
And those chips do what?
They convert the electrical HDMI signal into pulses of light, shoot it down fiber optic strands, and then another chip at the other end converts it back.
So the data is traveling as light, not electricity.
Correct. Which solves the distance problem, but it also solves a bigger, sneakier problem.
Yeah.
Interference.
Right. EMI. If you're running this through a ceiling, you're near power lines, fluorescent lights.
All sorts of electronic noise. A long copper wire acts like a giant antenna for all that stuff. It just soaks it up, and your picture degrades.
But fiber doesn't.
Fiber is glass. It's completely immune to electromagnetic interference. You could wrap this cable around a power transformer, and the signal would still be perfect.
That's a huge deal for professional installations.
Yeah.
And speaking of installation, they've done something clever with the connectors here. It says they're removable.
Yes, this is a lifesaver for installers. The head of an HDMI cable is always too big to pull through a narrow conduit. So with this, you can detach the full-size HDMI head. Underneath is just a tiny micro HDMI connector.
So you snake the small end through the wall and then just snap the big head back on when you're done.
It saves a lot of time and patched drywall. And the cable itself is incredibly thin, only about 3.4 millimeters.
That's tiny. Most long-run cables I've seen look like garden hoses.
It's that fiber advantage again. You don't need all that bulky shielding. It's also super flexible with a tiny bend radius so you can route it through tight corners.
Okay, now I have to ask about the safety rating. I'm seeing LSHF and RoHS compliant. That sounds like alphabet soup.
It's critical, though. LSHF means low smoke and halogen free.
And in plain English.
If a standard PVC cable catches fire, it releases this thick, black, toxic smoke filled with halogen gases like chlorine. It's incredibly dangerous in an emergency.
So this is all about building codes.
Absolutely. If you're installing a cable in a school, a hospital, any public space, you are often legally required to use LSHF-rated materials. And RoHS just means it was made without hazardous substances like lead or mercury.
We've covered the video and the safety, but what about the audio?
Oh, there's plenty of bandwidth left for that. It carries everything. PCM 8-channel, Dolby True HD, DTS HD, master audio, the full uncompressed theater experience.
It really does sound like this is the failure is not an option cable.
That's exactly the market. Think medical imaging displays, mission-critical control rooms, or even just a high-end home theater where you can't risk tearing open the walls in a few years.
It's funny, isn't it? We spend so much time obsessing over the resolution of our screens.
But we almost never think about the wire connecting them.
It makes you wonder. We are hitting the absolute physical limits of what copper can do. A cable like this feels like a sign that the future of connectivity, even inside our own homes, might not be about electricity anymore.
I think you're right. It's going to be about light.